All right, welcome into the Third and Wrong YouTube channel. This is Dylan. Currently, I am hosting this by myself, but I usually have Gage and Mike with me. They're busy right now, but video is going to be my Week 7 prediction video. More or less, it's a preview video. But we're going to go over each team, each game, and we're also going to give you a prediction for our offensive, defensive, and rookie of the week, and we're going to throw in a game of the week for you guys as well. So stay tuned to that at the end of the video. But let's get into it.
From the police in my trap shoes. Posted trying to flip 100, I come back full. Come from nothing, but I blossom to a tycoon. Betrayal scars, can't stop thinking about them stab wounds. We might not catch him today, but he gon' die soon.
All right, getting into the video here. Like I said, this is going to be the Week 7 preview video. I just released the Week 6 review video, so if you haven't seen that already, go and check that out as well. But this video, I'm going to go over all the games in Week 7. I'm also going to give you an offensive player of the week, defensive player of the week, rookie of the week prediction, and as well, I'm going to add in a game of the week prediction as well. So stay tuned for all of that. But starting up, I am going to go look at the Thursday night football game. So I have it pulled up here. This is going to be the Saints at the Arizona Cardinals. DeAndre Hopkins is going to be back for this game, and I believe he is going to be playing. I would assume so. And the Cardinals are a better team when they have DeAndre Hopkins there, just because it makes things easier. One of the better go ball wide receivers that you'll see, but he has so much in his arsenal. The Cardinals are going to love having him back. They also added Robbie Anderson this week. We'll see if he gets a whole lot of play, but I think he's going to build up, be worked into the playbook a lot more. But the Saints are a fun team to watch as well, especially with Taysom Hill getting the different gadget plays, but also just all around. They're a good defense. They got good offense, and as a team, they're good. They're just not hitting every single cylinder right now. So this should be a lot better of a game. Hopefully, but for the first game that we have up here, we have the Falcons at the Bengals in Cincinnati. It is getting Bengals are also getting better as a team. They're utilizing their passing game a whole lot better. They're still working around that offensive line, but I do think that they'll win this game. It's not going to be like a blowout or anything like that. I do suspect it to be a very good game, though, because the Falcons are looking a lot better than what we imagined they would be at the beginning of the year. Moving on, we got the Lions at the Dallas Cowboys. The Lions may be getting back some of their stars with DeAndre Swift and Amon-Ra St. Brown being out prior to the bye week, but after the bye week, hopefully they get a little bit more health. And the Cowboys also just came off a loss to the Philadelphia Eagles. I do think they're a better team than the Detroit Lions right now. And this is a game where Dak Prescott is coming back, so I do think that they're going to work a little bit better. I'm going to give this game to the Cowboys, but I could see this ending up being a shootout again just because that's the Lions' fashion so far this year. Moving on, we got Colts at the Titans. Obviously, I'm a Colts fan. I'm going to be as fair as I can. I do think the Titans have a good shot to win this game, mainly because they should be more rested and they have more tape on the Colts. The Colts just came off, almost 60 pass plays, so I'm sure they're going to be a little bit more tired throughout the week as well. But things are changing on both teams, so I'm going to give this one to the Titans. I do think it's a good game, but the Colts have just had a bugaboo with the Titans lately, and I haven't seen yet where we're going to stop Derrick Henry and also be able to score a lot of points on offense on the Titans right now. So I'm going to give this one to the Titans, surprisingly. But we got the Packers and Commanders next. This is going to be in Washington. I think Randall Cobb appears to be injured. Will miss a few weeks, so he won't be in this game. So yet another wideout for the Packers, who really need wideouts. So a big loss there. Commanders lost Carson Wentz for a few weeks as well, which I believe is definitely a bigger impact. Taylor Heinicke should be back in the wheel for the Commanders, but there was a reason they traded away some capital for Carson Wentz. I do think that the Packers are a better team. I do think that it's going to be hard for Taylor Heineke to score on that defense, and I suspect the Packers win that game. Moving on, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Carolina Panthers. This is going to be week 2 with the new interim head coach, Steve Wilks. But Buccaneers are a better team just through and through. Obviously, any given Sunday, any team can win. But you got Tom Brady coming off a bad loss, and I think that just spells doom for the Panthers. And the Panthers just, they got PJ Walker as their starting quarterback now. It's a far cry from Tom Brady. So I'm going to give this one to the Tampa Bay. But Panthers fans, don't be too sad. You'll probably end up with CJ Stroud or Bryce Young at the end of this. So something to look forward to there. But next game, this one's going to be interesting. It is the Giants versus the Jaguars. This is going to be in Jacksonville. You got a 5-1 team in New York versus a team that started off hot but has since cooled off quite a bit. Jacksonville Jaguars. They do show a lot of creative offensive play. They just don't have the Jimmies and Joes, which is a phrase that is getting a lot more popular now. The Giants are looking a lot better. Hopefully they can get more wide receivers healthy. They've been really low on receiver help this year. So hopefully they can get that going a little bit better. But I do think that Jaguars aren't going to be able to score on this Wink Martindale defense as well. I mean, heck, you just had the Ravens get, held to 20 points and, completely blown up in the fourth quarter as well. So I'm going to say the Giants roll hot here again. Jaguars take another L, which I always love to see. But I do think that the Giants are a better team right now. So there you have it. Next one is not going to be a pretty game. I think Gage would probably tell you the same thing. Browns at the Ravens. Browns, hopefully they can get Denzel Ward back for this game and keep Myles Garrett healthy. Those are two of the biggest keys for their defense, but they also got to change a few things schematically just to get a better defense on that field. For some reason, they're just not doing it this year. The Ravens aren't either. They're struggling in the later halves of the game. Lamar Jackson's having struggles with blitzes and not having, more than Mark Andrews with him. So I think this is going to be uglier than the start of the Browns and Patriots game. But I'm going to go. I'm going to go with the Browns in this one. I think that they can whip up some magic and take advantage of this Ravens team that just seems like they have one gear and they can't seem to get out of it. So I'm going to go with the Browns on this one. But we'll see. It's going to be a tight game. Next, we have the 4-2 Jets versus the 2-4 Broncos, which you love to see. This is going to be an afternoon game in Denver. A little bit colder, but the Jets also play outside, so not the craziest thing. The altitude is always a big difference maker, but I do think that Jets should win this game. I'm rolling a lot of hot hand right now in this week. I would say adding Greg Dulcich to the Broncos offense did make them look a little bit more versatile. So we'll see how that works out. But I think they're still missing Javonte Williams, if I'm not wrong, and they just have not given any running back play on that team. So the Jets can run the ball, and I mean the defense is good with the Broncos. I do think it could be a tight game, but I'm going to go with the Jets. I do think that they're going to continue to roll here, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Broncos win, to be honest. All right, for some reason, I just realized that the audio from this point on, from my last video, just wasn't there. So sorry about that. I don't usually cut in the middle of these videos like that, but just give you an explanation why it's a weird jump just now. But going on back into these games with these Texans and Raiders, just another game that's not going to be on my game of the week at all. You got a 1-3-1 team, Houston Texans, going to be at the 1-4 Las Vegas Raiders. just not an entertaining game as far as like, if you want to watch this one versus another in this week, it's going to be very low on my list. But I'm going to go with the Raiders on this one. I just think that Derek Carr and Devontae Adams add up to be a better matchup than Davis Mills and Brandon Cooks. So I'm going to go Raiders here. Next one here, we got the Seahawks at the Chargers. Another surprisingly good game. I think beginning of the year we probably wouldn't have suspected that, but the Seahawks do have a lot of fight in them. They have won 3 games so far. They have put up a lot of points in those games from time to time. So they definitely have a lot more working for them than what we would have imagined. But this one, I'm going to go with Justin Herbert for pure quarterback reasons. I think he is a better quarterback, better arm, and I think the Chargers with Austin Eckler, I just think they're more diversified right now and just better at scoring. So I'm going to go with the Chargers on this one as well. All right, in the next couple games here, we got Chiefs at the 49ers. So this one's interesting because the Niners do have a good defense. Chiefs have a really good offense. But the Chiefs' defense isn't the craziest defense in the world, and the 49ers' offense right now isn't the craziest offense in the world either. So to me, I'm going to say this is going to be a little one-sided. I do think that the Chiefs are going to win this game, and I do think that they're going to put out a lot of fireworks as well because the Chiefs have been wanting to get, into this rhythm. They're kind of held in check for a little bit. They lost 2 games to AFC teams, and now you got to kind of make up some ground. And not saying you have to get everything back in one game because obviously these points don't matter as long as you get the W. But I think the Chiefs are going to put up a lot of points. They're going to start doing a few different new things to kind of get past a few hurdles that they've been dealing with. But I'm going to go with the Chiefs. I think they go by way more than 3. I think they win by at least a touchdown, if not more. And then the Steelers at Dolphins. This is another interesting game, though. The quarterback situations aren't very clear. It could be Mitchell Trubisky or Kenny Pickett at this point. And then for the Dolphins, it could be any 3 other quarterbacks throwing the rock. Obviously, you got Tua, who's in concussion protocol. You got Teddy Bridgewater, who filled in for Skylar Thompson, and then Skylar Thompson was hurt as well. So very weary situation there with quarterbacks. And then defenses that are good but have been exposed early on this year. However, I do think that the mentality that the Dolphins are going to have in this game, I think is going to be very good. I think they're going to be wanting to put a show on for Sunday Night Football, and McDaniels is going to have a lot of things up his sleeve to trick the Steelers defense. And I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a big game here. Next, I have Bears versus the Patriots. Yet another game I'm not gonna put a lot of effort into watching. I suspect that the Patriots are gonna bottle up the Bears and Justin Fields pretty well. I think that I figured that the Bears are gonna just have a hard time facing Bill Belichick, which with a first and second year quarterback, but he also does this with rookies, contains them very well, and has a very good record against very young quarterbacks. So I don't see the Bears scoring too much on this Patriots defense. They really haven't scored much against many defenses, and the Patriots have shown that they're going to be able to score as well. So I think Patriots heavy on this one. I think they're pretty heavy favorites in this game. But that wraps up the games for this slot. Like I said, we're going to go and predict who the offensive, defensive, and rookies of the week are going to be. And then also I'm going to throw in the game of the week too. So my offensive player of the week, I think I mentioned this a little bit, but I think it's going to be Tyreek Hill of the Dolphins. I think he's going to have a huge game. I think they're going to drop a lot of different plays for him and get him into open space, get him down deep in the field. And I think Tyreek Hill is going to have a huge game. Next up, defensive player of the week. That's going to be an interesting one. You could probably pick someone from the Patriots just because the Bears are going to struggle. But I'm not too keen on that just yet. I think you also have to look at someone like on the Giants, Kayvon Thibodeau potentially. But I'm going to go with the Packers. I think Jair Alexander is going to have a great game against Tyler Heineke. The Commanders have good wide receivers, but I feel like Tyler Heineke is not going to be great at getting the ball to them. And Alexander is going to be, I think, key in this game to really reel in the Commanders' offense. And I think they're going to have a hard time against Jair Alexander. So Jair Alexander kind of coming in with his best performance this week, I would assume. And I'm going to pick him for Defensive Player of the Week, at least an interception, if not, a few big plays too. And then I kind of mentioned his name just barely, but Rookie of the Week, I really like Kayvon Thibodeau here because he just had a big week against the Ravens. I was going to say Bengals, but the Ravens got a strip sack to seal the game against Lamar Jackson. And he's going up the Jaguars with a weaker offensive line, and they're allowing Trevor Lawrence to get sacked by the Colts, which is never a good thing. And I think Kayvon Thibodeau, I think he's going to be put in positions to really make an impact on this game. So I'm going to go Kayvon Thibodeau with my Rookie of the Week. And then Game of the Week, there's not a lot of games this week that I'm going to oh wow, definitely watch this one. But if you're going to watch a game, definitely watch the Chiefs versus 49ers. I feel like the Chiefs are going to put up a show here, like I was mentioning earlier. And in that show, I think you're going to see Sky Moore really take off. And I think he's going to have a great game just because he's due for it. I think he is a really good talent. He just hasn't really put it all together. And yeah, so I'm going to go Chiefs 49ers as the game of the week. I think it's going to be a really fun game to watch. But if you stuck to the end here, I appreciate that. I do ask if you stuck here all along, definitely drop a like. Shows that you appreciate it and get more content like this. Then drop a comment too. If you disagree with anything, if you agree with anything, just whatever. Drop a comment also helps out getting more viewers to this video. And then drop a subscribe for us too if you aren't already. But other than that, hope you have a good one and enjoy this week of football.